What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Chuds BBQ. My name is Bradley Robinson, and today I'm going to show you how I made these. Beautiful, delicious, scratch-made, juicy, plump, amazing beer-braised beer brats. Coming up. This is some meat. Ooh. Pat it dry. And what I got here is some chunks of some pork butt as well as some pork belly to give us that fat content that we're after. And today we're making some classic Wisconsin style beer brats, which I'm pretty pumped about because I haven't made brats in a while. And it'll be nice to have some on hand for the summertime because I do love a fresh sausage. You know, a lot of times on this channel I'll make smoked sausages or cured sausages, but having a nice fresh link you can pull out and either simmer away or toss on the grill is always nice to have on hand. But per usual, when it comes to making sausage, we're going to start out by getting everything cut down. I did buy these pork butt chunks already in chunk form, but some of them are a little too big for my grinder. So we're going to cut these down to make sure everything grinds nice and evenly and gets cold a little bit quicker. And once all cubed up, we got 5 pounds of meat total here. We got 3 pounds of the pork butt and 2 pounds of the pork belly, which should give us a nice meat to fat ratio. But into the freezer this goes for about 30 minutes or so to get nice and cold. Spices for our beer brats include some milk powder as our binder, followed by some kosher salt, some granulated garlic, dry mustard, dry ginger, some white pepper, marjoram, some mace, but nutmeg would work as well, some coriander, celery seed, and some caraway seeds. And you could grind those up if you wanted to. Lid goes on and we give that a nice little mix. Beautiful. And now that our meat is nice and cold, through the meat grinder we go. I've got the fine die on there, but you could do whatever you want. I've seen a lot of coarse brats. I've made a lot of coarse grind brats in my day as well, but today I'm feeling like a little bit tighter and a slightly more emulsified bratwurst, but you can do whatever you like, but we're gonna send it through one time. Beautiful. And as you can see, we've got a nice pebbly, clean grind, good amount of fat content in there. So now in we go with our spices, and we'll get those all mixed around. Ooh, smelling good already. And once everything is evenly dispersed, we're gonna go in with some beer. 10% by weight, and I'm going with a nice light lager, but you can do whatever you want if you want to add more flavor. And now we're just going to mix this until it is nice and tacky. And I've seen many different ways to go about making some bratwurst. You know, last time I did this on the channel, I'm pretty sure I put heavy cream in there, which I've seen in many recipes, which is very tasty. I've also seen a lot of recipes that call for whole eggs or just egg whites. But today we're keeping it pretty straightforward, pretty simple by using some milk powder and some beer to drive home the fact that this is in fact a beer brat. But now we're just going to mix this for an annoyingly long amount of time until it is nice and tacky and we've got all the protein extraction that we're after to make sure we get a nice bind on these things. And just like that, after a few minutes of mixing, that is looking good, nice and sticky, nice and tacky. So now it's time to case it up. Going on with some natural hog casings today. These are 28 to 32 mils, but oftentimes you'll see them even bigger than that, but these are all I have on hand. Tie it off. Snip the tip. And now we begin the casing process. Nice and tight, but not too tight. Something about that big. Oh, these are beautiful looking already. And so simple. Gotta love that. Maybe make them a little bit bigger. Why not? And as always, I like to go link by link because as you can see, all the air is going this direction as opposed to into the sausages, which means I don't have to worry about any air pockets in my links, which is really great. A little more labor intensive, but not really, because this will probably take about 12 minutes to case all this. And for a 5-pound batch, that's not bad. And if you do get a lot of air in here, just take the back of your knife and give that a little whack, get that all out of there, and there we go, back to normal. That hole is small enough that it's not gonna cause a blowout. Very convenient. In fact, let's see how accurate I am with that 12-minute mark. I'm gonna start a timer right now, and we'll check back in. Yeah, I was way wrong. That was 2 minutes, so not bad. These all look great too, no blowouts either. But just like that, all cased up, looking nice and plump and nice and pink. And it's at this stage that proper sausage making technique would have me put these in the fridge uncovered overnight, just to dry out these casings a little bit, let the spices hydrate, and make it so I can snip these apart without the ends blowing out when I try to cook these. But I don't want to do that because I'm hungry and it's dinner time. So what I am gonna do is spread these out a little bit so they're not touching. Then I'm gonna bust out a fan. I'm gonna aim this right on top. get that blowing, and that should do a really quick job of drying these out. But I'm gonna bring this inside where there's air conditioning and less bugs. But we'll check back in on these in probably 30, 45 minutes. And 30 minutes later, these are looking great. That honestly worked a lot better than I was expecting. Very quick, still feeling nice and cold too, which is good. And looking very dry, which is exactly what we're after. So now we can go ahead and snip these all apart. And just like that, we've got ourselves Bratwurst Mountain. Looking very nice. So now I'm gonna pop these in the fridge until it's time to cook them. And to get those brats cooked off, we need to go ahead and get ourselves our hot beer poaching liquid started. Starting by going in with some butter, and a healthy amount of it too. And get that melting down. And once nicely melted, in we go with some yellow onion. The one I had was gigantic, so I'm probably gonna do about half an onion, but you know, use your best judgment of how many onions you're gonna eat. And we're just gonna get these cooking down, going with a nice fat pinch of salt as well. A little more than you think, because we're seasoning the onions and all the beer that we're about to add to this. And I'll go in with some freshly cracked black pepper as well. And a lot of times when I see people cooking in this style, they'll throw everything in the pot all at the same time. The beer, the onions, anything else they're adding, and bring everything up to a simmer. But today, I'm gonna cook these down a little bit, maybe get a little caramelization going on for a nice sweet onion, because I'm gonna put these on top of those brats when all things are said and done. So I'm gonna cook this for probably 10, 15 minutes or so. And once these have cooked down for a little bit, softened up, starting to take on some color, and we built up some fond on the bottom, we can go in with our other ingredients, including a little shot of some brown sugar. This will definitely help the color situation. Also gonna go in with some caraway seeds. Let those kind of toast in the fat a little bit, maybe about a teaspoon each. Oh, that smells so good already. And then we're gonna go with some beer. Oh God, fogging up the camera. Better make that 2 beers. Toss in a bay leaf if you got one. And now we're gonna bring this back up to a simmer and deglaze the pan. And once up to a gentle simmer, I'm gonna lower the heat down a little bit just so these don't go into a ripping hot boiling braise. And that's because I feel like if these go into water or liquid that is too hot, they might cook too quickly and pop the casings. And we don't want that. So now we're gonna poach these in this liquid for probably the next 10 minutes or so until they are cooked all the way through and looking probably white. And after about 5 minutes, I'm gonna go through and flip these all over to ensure even cooking. Not looking very appealing at this stage, I'll tell you what. And after simmering away for like 15 minutes or so, these are looking good. I just temped them because the ends did in fact open up. Although they all kept their shape, which is good, but that gave me a nice little probe hole to get my thermometer in there. And these are all reading around 150, 160, so out they come. And as for this liquid, I'm probably gonna reduce it down a little bit to concentrate the flavors to make sure we have some really tasty onions. But as for these, all we gotta do now is get a little color on them. So let's go ahead and fire up the pit. Boop. I got the old Yoder fired up in grilling formation with the grill grates in there, just by removing that little plate to get a lot of flame and heat onto the grill grates. It is full of Smokin pecan shell pellets, my pellet of choice. I've had great luck with these, and if you haven't tried them, I'd highly recommend it. They're super flavorful, nice and smoky, very high quality pellet, and it's made out of 100% pecan shells instead of pecan wood. And I've had great results so far, so if you want to check these out, check out my link in the description box down below. And so far, I am loving this video and this recipe because everything has come together incredibly quickly. I don't think I've ever gone from raw meat to fully cooked sausage in like an hour and a half before, because usually I'm letting things cold smoke or cure or rest overnight or something, but I'm liking this one. Great for summer. And now that this grill is ripping hot, looking very good, I'm gonna go down and hit it with some oil, just for good measure. Make sure everything is nicely seasoned up. And now the easiest part, we just gotta brown these up. Get a little color on there, crisp those casings up a little bit, and add some wonderful smoky flavor. Shouldn't take long. Now it feels like summer. Got this pit set to 350, by the way. You can definitely do hotter if you like, but we're right above the coals. And by coals, I mean pellets. And after just a couple of minutes, these are starting to get some good color on the underside. Ow, very hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip these over. Oh yeah, these are looking real nice. And keep on cooking. And once we've got the color we like, and some really good browning, and they're looking nice and crispy, off they come. And to assemble our beautiful beer brats, we're gonna need a lovely homemade hot dog bun. I made these in the hot dog video on Tuesday. Check that out if you haven't seen it yet. Grab one of our lovely wieners and pop that right in the middle. Beep. Oh, what a fit. Then some mustard. This one seemed fitting. As much or as little as you need. And then some of these onions that I reduced down, and I gotta say, I really wish I made double the amount because these are absolutely fantastic. I have been snacking on them. That nice Miller Lite reduction is just so good. Buttery, salty, and that sweetness from the brown sugar we added, definitely making these again. And there we have it. Let's make another one. bun brat. For this one, I'm gonna go onions first. I wasn't sure which would look better. Beautiful, and then some lovely mustard right on top. And there they are, folks, in just a few hours flat, some lovely scratch-made beer braised beer brats on a bun with some beer brat mustard and some onions, and I'm ready to see how these came out. I gotta tell you, I'm pretty excited about this one. It's been a long time since I had some beer braised beer brats, and these ones look really good, so let's go for it. We'll go for the mustard dog. Whoa, the texture on that is so good. The casing on that is so good. It was really snappy, but also like really thin. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a really tender sausage. So flavorful, nice and juicy. I gotta go back again. That's incredible. You know, it's just a very balanced bite. You've got that snappy casing with that incredibly juicy, tender sausage. Fluffy bread never hurt. Then you got that kind of horseradishy mustard on top and those sweet onions that are just packed full of flavor. Highly recommend making those. And then you got the German notes from like the marjoram and the mace and the white pepper all coming through strong. It really just adds up to a fantastic bite. I'm glad I made 5 pounds of these because I'm definitely crushing 2 of these tonight. Oh. That was ridiculous. The beer is definitely noticeable too, but it tastes more like bread than anything else. Especially because I reduced it down, so it's really concentrated, but it's quite a pleasant flavor. And I've been on record before saying that I don't really like putting beer in sausages because it kind of comes out tasting like hot beer. But I think times have changed because that is very good. Let's go ahead and take a look at this sausage by itself, shall we? Ooh, kind of looks like a Cumberland or a Banger or something. That is really good. I do love the tight bind on it too. Yep, making that again. Honestly, I thought it was the mustard that was bringing the heat to the party, but the sausage does have a little heat to it. It might be all the white pepper I added, because I added quite a bit, and I really like the flavor of that. One other thing I think might be responsible for that extra tender bite is the fact that we did braise it for a while, you know? So I think we got this up to a pretty high temperature internal. I should have tempted them when they came off the grill, but after being braised up to 150, 160, they probably carried over to like 165, 170, and then went right on a hot grill, so probably rendered a lot of that fat down, but no blowouts or anything, which is very nice. Perfect weeknight dinner. Brooke.
Yes.
Can I interest you in a Wisconsin-style beer brat?
Yeah.
You sound so excited.
Well, I honestly don't know what that means. So, like, what? I don't think, first of all, I've ever had a bratwurst.
Oh my God. Don't be saying stuff like that.
And then second of all, what makes this different from, like, whatever a normal one is?
Well, it's a German-style flavor profile sausage.
Okay.
So it's got some lovely flavors in there. And then it was simmered down in onions and beer for a while. And then it was tossed on the grill. And those are the onions that it was braised down in.
You mean lovely flavors?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I love mustard.
It's a spicy mustard.
Did you see they came out with mustard Doritos?
Mustard Doritos? I'd try it.
Yeah, me too. And ketchup ones. Separate.
Only in Canada?
I don't think so.
I'll get some from Matt.
I gotta get some though. They're really good. This is my second dinner.
There's a lot of that around here.
I think the onions really cut through that, like, sharpness of the mustard. The onions have that, like, nice caramelized sweetness.
They are very sweet. I like them a lot.
I like them a lot too. Yeah, so what is the, like, flavor profile of the ween?
Of the ween, it's mace, white pepper, little marjoram, some
Okay.
mustard powder, garlic powder. Got some caraway in there too.
Yeah.
That's kind of the note I look for in a brat a lot of times.
I'm on Team Brat. Yeah.
Most people like them.
I like brats. First time.
I can't believe that. It's been 9 years. Never cooked you a brat before.
No, I don't think so.
I'll have to go back and watch my other brat video and see if you're in it.
That'd be funny if I was,
Smell
and I
that,
just
though.
completely forgot. Yeah, I don't like the smell.
Really?
But I like it like this.
Doesn't it smell like bread almost?
A little, yeah, yeasty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the beer in there. It's tasty. Good little weeknight dinner, you know?
Yes.
Bringing some of these to the Chud shop. Bones has been asking for brats lately. But I'm going to eat this and probably one more. But with this very last bite of bratwurst, I think it is time for the official taste test. Ooh.
No.
Apparently there's thunder in the air, so she's a little off her game today. All right, y'all, and that is it. That's how to make some absolutely fantastic beer brats on a pellet grill. I highly recommend giving these ones a try. You know, this is definitely making the short list of things I'm going to keep on hand in my freezer at all times. And I really do like that process of braising your sausage before you grill it off. You know, it gives it a really unique texture and kind of caught me off guard a little bit there, but in a good way. And it gives you an extra opportunity to add some more flavor to your wiener. Also, not to mention, this was one of the quickest videos I've ever made. I started filming at 8:45 and it's now 11:45, and that includes homemade beer brats from scratch, so I think it's worth giving a try, and definitely something I'll be making again very soon. But all that being said, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting that subscribe button. Let YouTube know by dropping a like on this video. If you do give this recipe a try for yourself, be sure to tag me on Instagram at Chuds BBQ. I'd love to see what y'all are cooking. Big shout out to all the Team Chud members. Thank you for supporting this channel and allowing me to keep making all these videos, and until the next time I see you, please go cook something outside. Peace!